My parents were both very heavy drinkers. I found out that my mother was mentally disabled. My uncle said, yeah, your mom used to jump every one of us, try to beat the heck out of all of us. And she even tried to kill your grandfather. It happened when I was 2 years old. When my dad came home, he took me out of the closet. He's the one that found me after she was messing around with another man. I died. I went into a coma. I was gone for 30 days. My real mother, she kept me and my little sister Margie in a closet. The only time she would let us out was when we go to school. My two brothers and my oldest sister, they had everything. In school, I didn't do too good. I tried to. I've had a lot of memory loss and stuff. I was always flunking. We were treated like dummies, and that I wasn't going to grow up to be anything. So now I've got to the point where I don't want to ask for help. I was raised by foster parents. It made me feel like my parents didn't want me. Because I had mental and physical problems at the time, they treated me more or less like a redhead stepchild. That's why I would run away from some of the foster homes. I had another foster parent who had a room. I was kept in that room 24/7 by myself. If I got in trouble, I was put on a steel stools on my knees. I had to pee in a bucket. I had to take a bath in a little bitty bucket. Anytime the baby would cry, she would come and get me, make me rock that baby to sleep. I'd be on my feet all night long until the welfare came and took me out. My godparents had been looking for me for a long time. At the time, they found out that I was up for adoption, so they went ahead and adopted me. And I left my godparents at the age of 12 to be with my dad. And that was another life of hell. Kind of find out my dad was a rapist. He would get a hold of me whenever my stepmother wasn't around. I seen my dad beat my little sister. I broke down and cried. My dad told me, well, if you say anything, I'll just deny it. As a teenager, I got into a lot of fights. I wasn't really open to people. I didn't like being pushed around by other people. What I got arrested for was this counselor was messing around with the girls where I was at. So I went to my room. I slammed the door. He walks in there and tells me that how much he loved me and how much he wanted to help me. I said, I'm sorry, I don't want your kind of help. Just get away from me. And he wouldn't. I took my fist and I let him have it. I got put in jail and I was looking at the bars. I saw my oldest sister's name on there, my brother's name, and my mom's name. When I was going to anger management, they'd sit there and badger me with different questions. And I said, I don't want to be here. And I'd leave. Wherever I go, it can bring flashbacks. Children screaming, crying, adults fighting. It's really hard. I'm having to deal with it by myself. If I feel I'm going to take it out on somebody, I just walk away or roll away. Because I know what my anger can do. Because I did belong to a gang before. And I don't want to have to go back to that life. It's a dangerous life. Especially when you have to sit there and kill somebody. Graduated from Hilo Pueblo College for nursing. I wanted to go for my RNs. I couldn't because of my math. I've taken care of patients in their homes. God gave me a gift. Being able to give to others, even though they have taken from me. The historical part of their lives is what I enjoyed the most. It helps me to learn and to gain knowledge of the past. People that are struggling cannot express themselves. I became a peer counselor, so they come to me and we sit and discuss it. I don't ask them, how can you fix it? But the one who has helped me the most is my service dog. If I was to lose him, I'd lose my world. I have a counselor that comes to my house once a week. She's not really what you call a counselor. She's more of a best friend. I can call her any time of day or text her and tell her I'm having a crisis. Or I can tell her that my birthday's coming up and she shows up. I was living in housing. It was a pain. People keep walking through my yard. There was constant checking of the houses to see if they're clean. Makes you feel imprisoned. And some of them were very mean. Some of them had kids that were very unruly. The only time I called police when it gets physical. One lady had a garden. She would give us all vegetables and fruit. We all helped each other the best we could. It was better financially. There was different races of people. They all cooked differently. That's what I enjoyed the most, was different races would come together. My current housing situation is the landlord don't fix nothing, because I've already talked to codes. They can't get a hold of the owners, so there's nothing they can really do because the house is falling apart. You'd think that somebody shot the walls, because there is bullet holes. I live in the area where it's high gang area, it's high drug. The bills are too high. This year I didn't use the air conditioning because it runs me too much money. The heater, I don't run it, so what I do is I just cover up with extra blankets, or I use my electric blanket. My gas just got turned off, and my friend moved in with me and helped me pay that. They put it on the same day, thank God, because we had no water. I mean, on the res, I'm used to living that way, but here in the city, no. I might be able to pay for a pair of shoes maybe once a year. I don't want to move from there, really, because I'm close to the two different parks. I'm close to family right there if anything happens. The nearest grocery store is CVS, but if I wanted fruits and vegetables, I would have to wait until my caregiver was there and take me to the store. If I have money, I take the city bus, and it costs me about 50 cents. Another way I get around is with my power chair. If my power chair is down, I'm stuck. I've been having a lot of problems with caregivers. I'm to the point to where, like I told the officers, I'd rather do it myself. If I get hurt, if I get killed, you will be soon. I fight with myself every day to try to get out of bed because I could fall very easily. But now that I'm in the condition I'm in, I don't do much of anything anymore. And I could swim. It's just that they won't let me get in because they're afraid I'm going to have a seizure in the water or I'm going to fall. Then I just quit going. I think if there was a person that had to walk a mile in my shoes, I think they would drop before they were halfway done.